So we're going to talk about the Jeremy Corbyn shoot. How we're going to execute it, because obviously shooting politicians is not the easiest thing to do.
I think Jeremy Corbyn on the cover of GQ is a brilliant decision, and we've got him explaining his vision, or lack thereof, in a really detailed interview, so I think it's a great scoop.
A couple of things I thought of to do is to kind of make it a little bit more kind of tongue-in-cheek somehow.
What do I think about Jeremy Corbyn? Well, I want to believe so much in Jeremy Corbyn. I want to believe as passionately as the cultish masses that gather at the conferences and chant, "Oh, Jeremy Corbyn." But I'm not sure I do. A good test was for GQ to do a proper, rich, well-researched interview. He's a very divisive character, but no one's really sat down and asked him some really, really deep, penetrating questions, and that's what we've done.
I don't think he's very stylish for GQ, but I think it will definitely start a conversation on social media.
I think that whatever you think of his politics and whatever you think of him, he has done something quite extraordinary, which is to get a whole section of the population that thought that Westminster politics wasn't for them, interested in politics.
Let's go, because Luke put this together. Just
Yeah, so these are the styling references. I think we can do something that's really formal, but still more stylish than he is, or a better version of himself.
Exactly.
I interviewed Corbyn at GQ's Man of the Year, and I didn't think he was very well prepared. I don't think he does his homework, but hopefully he will if he becomes Prime Minister.
I think it's brilliant because he is the most talked about man in the UK pretty much, and definitely the most talked about man in this office.
So if we put together like maybe 4 looks that we know can break down, we could do that later.
This will be the focus anyway, so changing top halves is a lot easier than changing full looks as well.
Yeah. Okay guys, thanks very much.
I feel like, well, obviously we need the backup options of having like a plain suit, but I just think that photographically sometimes a texture or a stripe in something looks more interesting for us, you know, and especially if we're doing this kind of better version, GQing him.
I think it's extremely interesting about Jeremy Corbyn being on the cover of British GQ this month because he did so well in mobilising the support of the youth.
I would buy GQ anyway, but I mean, I've had lots of politicians in the past. I don't know why Jeremy Corbyn would be any different. Relevant, that's always important.
I think that Jeremy Corbyn being on the front cover of GQ is a great idea. Famously, he's avoided interviews in the past, so I think it's a great opportunity to finally see what he's got to say for himself.
So I've received the images for Jeremy Corbyn, and the first thing I'm going to do is just go through and see which images are going to instantly jump out at me. Not bad actually, not bad for the day.
I think the fact that he's not your typical cover star makes it a very bold and exciting move.
I think it's something that's certainly going to cause a lot of noise, and if anything, you know, I'm excited to be able to drop who our next cover star is to my friends at the pub and just watch their reactions.
I've just graduated, so I'm kind of from his target audience, so it's quite exciting, and I think it will encourage a lot of people my age to read the magazine.
I think Jeremy Corbyn being on the cover of GQ is quite a bold move for us, a necessary one. And I think it's necessary to shake things up a bit.
Well, we can't have a man drinking a cup of tea on the cover of GQ because it looks ridiculous. That's too much of an endorsement.
Exactly.
That's too far away. I think he looks good here. I think it looks good. It looks topical. It looks powerful. I think it's great. Okay, great.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see. I think there's always a massive overreaction when we put a politician on the cover, but people are very interested to see who this man is.
So I've got high hopes for Corbyn. He's obviously an incredibly divisive figure, but that's what makes him an attractive proposition.